Group is claiming responsibility for Thursday's bombings that killed 69 people in Baghdad. Members of another group that is on the U.S. government's terror list are waiting to be resettled to Camp Liberty. And as national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin reports, that State Department terrorist designation is holding things up.
These women are among 3,400 Iranian exiles living in Camp Ashraf in Iraq. The State Department says they're terrorists, but just this week welcomed a deal to resettle them at Camp Liberty, the former U.S. military base in Baghdad. Members of the Mujahedin-e Khalq, or MEK, were designated a terrorist organization in 1997, at a time when the U.S. was trying to engage Iran. The allegations go back to the 70s, when the U.S. government supported the Shah. According to the State Department, the MEK killed 6 Americans in the 1970s. Shot and killed Lieutenant Colonel Lewis Lee Hawkins using 2 gunmen on motorcycles outside his home in Tehran. Assassinated 2 U.S. Air Force officers driving in Tehran. Killed 3 American employees of Rockwell International. Tried to kidnap the U.S. Ambassador to Iran, Douglas MacArthur II. Wounded Brigadier General Harold Price. After the Iranian Revolution in 1979, the group actively supported the U.S. Embassy takeover. They opposed the release of the American hostages, calling instead for their execution, according to reports from the time. That was more than 30 years ago.
In order to keep them on that list, you have to demonstrate a desire and capability to harm U.S. citizens, U.S. interest, and that doesn't exist.
In fact, the MEK may be the best weapon the U.S. has against the current Iranian regime. They revealed a secret uranium enrichment site in 2002, and some suspect they may have had a role in assassinating Iran's nuclear scientists, an allegation the group denies.
I watched the MEK and its activities on Iran's nuclear weapons program when I served in the Bush administration, and they had considerable information about that program. It was important to get out publicly. And I didn't see anything when I was in the government that justified them being on that list.
More than a dozen former national security advisors have called on the Obama administration to delist the MEK. Everyone from former FBI chiefs to the Attorney General and Marine Commandant, Democrats and Republicans.
I've written 2 books on terrorism, and I think I know what terrorists are. And certainly since I've been familiar with their activities, there has been no real evidence to support any allegations of terrorism. Things change, times change, situations change, and the listing has to change to reflect current realities.
The Obama administration, like those before it, has hesitated to remove the MEK from the terror list so as not to antagonize Tehran. If the State Department doesn't do so, the Camp Ashraf residents can't be resettled in the U.S. or Europe. In Washington, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin